I've been homeless now for 2 months about. Started off bouncing from motels to motel. I was fortunate enough to get a place, a plumbing supply warehouse. So I'm here in Hicksville, being again in plumbing. I finally got a job. I work in Harlem, much like right near where I used to work. For long days, up and out of the door by 5:30, and I'm not usually getting home till about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. I hate leaving Frankie's here alone. But I've been continuing with my music. I've been writing a lot, kind of finalizing a new LP, I guess. It's only gonna have like 6 songs on it. Starting to be able to book shows little by little, which is cool. I'm actually playing at Sanger Hall next week with my friend AK.
Always coming second best. Pictures of my lover's chest.
A few other musicians. I'm trying to get back on my feet.
Get through this night.
It's tough. I did have this premonition back when I was in college of being homeless. It's been rough. I'm definitely ashamed of it. I also take full responsibility for me being homeless, because if I had been more mature in my ways and more responsible, I don't think I would have found myself in this situation, but here I am. So I just have to fucking work through it. It's not easy, definitely humbling. My music is what has been the key thing. You know, music and Frankie are really the two driving forces for me to persevere and try and get myself out of this bullshit. Today, I'm actually going to see AK, going to Astoria, to play at the local open mic, play some new songs, some new, some old. They think, come with me on a magical adventure. I go play an open mic, going to Astoria today, have a good time. I look forward to the weekends a lot now, because it's the only time I get to play. Even though I practice every day at work, I bring my guitar with me to work every day, and I practice like three or four times each day. So as addicted to this shit as I've been prior to being homeless. If anything, I'm more hungry for it than anything else. We're gonna spend this Saturday with me at Big Hook. I think that's pretty good.
Can't be bought or sold. At least that's what I'm told. Why it's so cold? I wanna let you. They need it all alright. All alive. She fights her body and mind. I think of her from time to time. Wish I'd been more kind. Sometimes I wish she was mine. Hope she's doing just right. She's got a heart of gold. Can't be bought or sold. At least that's what I'm told. Right at
I sat around
What
waiting.
year is this for you? Would you say?
I had to be 7, 8 years old, somewhere in that range. I know where my mom lived, and I remember it was at her house because my mom listened to country radio.
What was it about that song that hit
I
for
mean,
you?
at 7 or 8 years old, I don't know if I could really tell you why it struck a chord with me, but I mean, it's a classic song.
Yeah.
It obviously struck something with most people,
Yeah.
regardless of.
But would you say like maybe it's like the melody, the tonality of it? Like,
I think the
song?
story, probably it's just a really good storytelling.
Yeah.
You know,
I think for me that's something that I get attracted to with music is and what I guess I strive for as a musician is storytelling. Lyrics come first. It's a good testament to how you are as a musician is that a song like that hits was so pivotal because it was storytelling that really entrapped you, and then from there,
I was attracted enough to, I made attempts at it, but I kind of had what range of middle class or whatever. But my parents, arts is what you do as a hobby. Like, what are you really gonna do with your life? And I was like, I want to be a rock star. I want to be a musician, and they'd be like, no, but what are you really gonna do? I always had that kind of, I get in some sense, you want to say depression because of the fact that I was never taken seriously. Remembering in junior high, 8th grade, my friend and I wrote a song. Anthrax came out with the song Only, still transitioning from like the metal era, the different things, and song lyrics ended up being kind of a suicide note. Like, it wasn't really, we didn't like take it that seriously, but that's how it turned out. Fortunately, with my parents had left my notebook out, and my stepdad found it. Is this how you really feel? Da, da, da.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't serious. Da, da, da. So I go away to my dad's for the weekend, and I come back and my notebook's gone. So I never got to see the song again. I have no idea. I can't even judge the quality of the song now.
Yeah.
So that kind of was also a little mark of repression. Like, then I had to start, I really started hiding the fact of how interested I was in music. Like, I would write things by myself, but I'd never share them with anybody. You want your parents' approval no matter what when you do things, and it's like when you kind of have to hide your desires from your parents, it kind of doesn't help you with even trying to share it with other people. And I would secretly write things and stuff, and then eventually in high school I ended up meeting musician friends through the path of being repression. Like, they knew I liked music, and they knew that I would attempt to do things, but I could never have the confidence to really dive in and like be in a band with them and stuff. I was sort of like the number one groupie. Eventually just things happen, life happens. Again, probably some of that repression, and finally, about 27, 8, I went into a really bad depression. I had like a poetry voice, and then I had like a music voice. I went into depression, and for a while, reading like really, put a phrasing, highbrow literature. Poetry voice and my music voice kind of became one, and I got these really ideas about what I wanted to write, and I started writing this album. I knew it was going to be a small niche market, but it was the idea that I read Dante Alighieri's The Divine Comedy, the entire thing. The idea was I wanted to write a 3-album trilogy, and basically album 1 was going to be my climb, my own personal inferno, and that album is called Aged by the Inouye. I started writing, and I wrote all of the lyrics, and I wrote it from the first lyric to the last lyric of the album, beginning to end. Like, that's how the lyrics developed. So for a while I had these lyrics, but I didn't have any. My dream was always to be like, in some sense, Eddie Vedder or like the lead singer guys. They kind of sell music sometimes. It makes it sound like playing instruments are harder than it is. And I held back on learning instruments, thinking it was just more, and I was just going to focus on lyrics, because regardless of whether your parents support you on a musical idea, like, they're not going to take pencil and paper away from you. So lyrics was really established in, and like poetry writing was really established in. That's also, I think, part of the reason why lyrics of where my music is, because it's like that's what I had the most ability to develop first. I learned to play guitar and stuff like that. So anyways, but the first album was written all in Logic, and I used MIDI. And then I started to develop things, and I met my wife, which allowed me to learn instruments. But that's all. Yeah.
No, we got it.
Just lost from Hopkins. Not stupid, just crazy. Ain't she left from Hopkins? Not stupid, just crazy. Ain't she left from Hopkins? Go on, Pop. just to watch her papa. I'm not stupid, she's crazy. She left him off of me. Not stupid, she's crazy. She left him off of me. I'm not stupid, she's crazy. She left him off on me, baby.
Tommy Good! And his lovely guitar!
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break.